My name is Josemary. People know me as Josie Blossom. I was asked to make this video about my sobriety and talk to you guys about how I'm getting through it, because sobriety is like a never-ending journey, right? So I am currently 8.5 months sober. I will be 9 months sober November 28th. My sober date was February 28th. And with that came a lot of anxiety and depression. When I first became sober, it wasn't because I wanted to, it was because I lost 20 pounds within 2 months, and I knew that something was going on with me. I had to be admitted to the eating disorder unit, and what I did is I took it a step further, and I ended up putting myself into Rushford IOP. It's an outpatient drug counseling session kind of thing, and I was there for 2 months. I took a leave of absence of work to really work on myself. When I first became sober, it was the most scariest thing of my life. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to be around family. I felt like I couldn't take care of my kids. I was going out of my mind. I didn't even know who I was as a person anymore without drinking. And that was the most scariest feeling of the world. The most. Hands down the most. And the first couple months was very hard. My family tried to help me, but all I can do was just cry and throw myself a pity party pretty much, you know. That's why I decided to go to the outpatient program, because I felt like they can help me further my problems. So I voluntarily put myself in there. I wasn't in trouble with any court or anything like that. I just felt like it was time that I grew up. A little background about my starting, when I started drinking, I should say. So I was about 20 years old when I had my first drink. And before that, I used to be the most shyest person. I didn't hang out with a lot of people. I always stuck to myself and to my family. And when I finally went to a party and I drank and I realized how much confidence that I had, I felt like I was on top of the world, and I did not want that feeling to go away. Throughout those 5 years of me drinking, I can say that, no, it has been more than 5 years. Throughout, like, yeah, 5 years on and off, because I had my second child and I stopped and then I started again. But throughout that, I've experienced a lot of hell. I went through a lot of things. I was raped, drug raped. I lost a lot of friends. I just went through a lot of things. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, why is she telling her business? I don't care. I am an open book, and I want to help other people out there, and this is my story. So if I want to tell you, then I'm gonna tell you. Being sober is not easy. I still struggle every single day. Every single day is a journey for me. But you know what I tell myself that really helps me out is that if sobriety was so easy, everyone will do it. I literally tell myself that. I also got a tattoo on my arm here. Can't really see it. But it says, Josemary, you were reborn to make a difference in our universe. And there's some times where I don't even look at my arm. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, this helps me 100% of the time. No, it does not, because I'm human and I have that self-doubt sometimes. But I do look at it from time to time and realize that I was reborn to make a difference in somebody else's life, even my own, but as well as somebody else's life, you know. I am not a selfish person, and that's why I want to help people out there with their struggles. If you're just beginning, if you're just 1 day sober, that is great. If you're 2 hours sober, that is great. If you're 5 years sober, that's awesome. Keep going. There's gonna be temptations out there. And one thing that I can really tell you is that when you become sober, this was my biggest problem, is that I literally was allowing my brain to tell me that there was nothing fun that I can do without drinking. And that is a lie. That is the biggest lie. And that's why a lot of us relapse, you know. You have to not focus your life so much on sobriety. Continue to live life. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you. Continue to live life, but just don't have that drink. Sometimes you have to trick your mind. Like, for example, it was my friend's birthday party, and she wanted to go out to a club, but they wanted to pregame at the house beforehand. Like I told you, I'm 8.5 months sober, and I really wanted to test my limits because I wanted to see. But what I did is that I brought my boyfriend with me because my boyfriend is not a heavy drinker. He drinks occasionally, but he doesn't drink when I'm around. He has a respect for me. And I brought him with me, and I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to do this because it's my best friend and I'm going to go. But I need you there to support me just in case if I do feel uncomfortable, we can leave. So I had to trick my mind, and I literally made my own drink. Not an alcoholic drink. I knew I wanted the energy. I knew I wanted to feel good while being in the club. I wanted to dance and live the life of how I used to, but without the drinking. So what I did is that I took Monster and I mixed it with orange juice. And literally, I was drinking that all night. I had energy. And everyone told me that I had more fun than what they had. Like, I was just living my best life. And I was happy at the end of the night knowing that the people around me who were drinking didn't make me feel any type of way. The people in the club who were drinking, the bar, all that did not affect me. I literally went there to have a good time and to dance because that's something that I enjoyed to do in the past, was to dance. And if I could dance while drunk, why can't I dance while sober? So I could check that off on my list. Not saying that I'm going to the club all the time and stuff like that, but I know that that's something that I can do responsibly, knowing that I won't drink. So yeah, you have to test yourself a little bit, but don't test yourself to the point where you don't feel like you're ready to do it. I was ready, and I also had that support. The group of friends of mine who were drinking, you know, they included me in things. So like, say if they were taking a shot, they'll give me a shot glass, and I'll pour my little Monster and orange juice in it, and act like I'm taking a shot with them. Like, I could still be involved without drinking, and that's amazing, you know. Sobriety is not easy. Once again, it is not easy, but every single day is an accomplishment when you don't have that drink in your system. And every day when you wake up in the morning and you're not hungover, that's an accomplishment, because we're not doing damage to our bodies anymore. And that is the most precious thing that can happen. You know what I mean? Another thing I should say that I can say is that sobriety, I connected to being reborn. So if God did not see, and I don't know if a lot of people believe in God or not, but I do. If he did not feel like your life was worth more, you would not be here. But for me to be telling my story and to be helping others out there means that I was reborn. You know, so I'm using that as a crutch to be strong, because I was meant to make a difference in people's lives. If you guys ever need to talk, or if you ever need to vent, or even call, my Instagram name is _weight_Josie_sober. On my page, I have a lot of poetry and inspiration and motivational quotes that I make myself or that I get from others, and I share it. And so it's very, very positive. Like I said, if you guys need any advice, please feel free to DM me, and I will try to respond to you as soon as I can. I hope that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and my advice to you about sobriety.